Welcome back to the Ellis Highlight Reel podcast. This is your host, Brandon Ellis, as always. Uh, Glad to be back and doing the podcast. It's been a little bit. I was focused on, as I said in my Facebook post, a job application for the News Virginian, which is one of the local papers in town. I didn't get the position I wanted, but it's okay. I got a freelance opportunity, or a stringer opportunity, which is also known as freelance opportunity. So I wanted to say, um, you know, wanted to get the reason behind why I wasn't here the last couple of weeks, and just because I was just mentally focused on that job. I'm back now. So with that being said, let's get into the episode. First things first. MLB is back, and it's back tomorrow at opening night, with the Yankees and Nationals at 7 on ESPN. Great pitching matchup with Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer. Should be a great game. And then the nightcap is the San Francisco Giants and the LA Dodgers. So they're getting the two team. ESPN is going to have the two teams that most people are going to find as the favorites to win the World Series, and the Yankees and Dodgers in one night. I think the Nationals are still a good team, even though they lost Rendon. I think the Nationals still got their depth to make a run at the postseason. But I do think the Dodgers are probably going to win the NL. Just because of the Mookie Betts acquisition. That's a great acquisition for them. More power into that already deep lineup, led by Bellinger. So that's going to be a good team. And then I'm going to go with the Yankees in the AL. It's close between them and the Rays. And Chipper Jones today on Get Up made a good point about the Rays having the deeper pitching. And that's why he thinks they're going to win the World Series over the Dodgers. I just think if this has got to be one of the Yankees' good opportunities to do it. Only 60 games, but at the same time, 60 games can hurt a team that can get injured a lot. So we'll have to keep an eye on New York. We'll have to keep an eye on everybody because it's a sprint, not a marathon like it normally is. So that's interesting to see. The NBA had its scrimmages today, first scrimmages. They're going to return next week on the 30th with the Pelicans and Jazz and Lakers and Clippers on TNT. And then ESPN will have the next set of games on Friday the 31st. So that's interesting. That's going to be a lot of interesting moments. The NBA drama. NFL training camp's going to be underway with no preseason games at all. So there's no preseason in the NFL this year. They were going to do 2 games, but the players came out and said they needed to have more safety. And they got their wish. So the NFL and the NFLPA did agree to not having any preseason games in 2020. Which is a smart move, I think, because they need more time to get in shape. Why risk getting sick from coronavirus or COVID-19 for games that won't count on the schedule? So we might have a delay in the NFL season. We have to keep an eye on that as well. That is a possibility. But other than that, we're gonna have some football. I hope. Some kind of football. Local news here in Virginia, in the Augusta County area, or Virginia as a whole, the VXSL will make their decision on whether or not, the sports will be played this year. The fall sports will be played this year, and all sports will be played this year at all, and next year. We'll just have to. We're waiting on that. Obviously that's a huge decision that the VHSL has to come with. That will impact me a little bit too with this freelance opportunity. If it, depending on which way it goes, it impacts the kids, coaches, families. just I just hope they make a good decision, a right decision. I don't. It don't matter if I don't get the right Virginia high school sports games this year, as long as the kids are saved. If so, I feel like wait till 21 to start sports. That's just my opinion on the matter. Any other updates? Liverpool won the English Premier League, and then they won today's match with Chelsea 5-3. Christian Pulisic, who is an American player on Chelsea, did score a goal against them that I saw. Probably should have started the game over a couple other players on Chelsea if they wanted to get the result they wanted. But, Frank Lampard is, first year coach, so first year manager, so he'll get it in time. Okay, with that all being said, I think I got all my rundown out of the way. Let's just spend the rest of this podcast talking about the Madden ratings, which came out last week. What do I think of them? I think Madden, every year the launch ratings seem to get worse and worse, right? They create a lot of controversy with fans. And I get it, it's for head-to-head, the regular teams and everything like that. This ain't for Ultimate Team, which those ratings are, get worse too, but I digress. Talking about for the launch ratings that were announced throughout the week on ESPN and shared on various social medias with ESPN and everything like that, right? The 99 Club, I have no problems with everyone that's on the 99 Club. So if you come on this video thinking, okay, the 99 Club I'm going to say the 99 Club is wrong. No, the 99 Club is not wrong. I'll agree with all five of them. Aaron Donald, obviously, Stephen Gilmore, Michael Thomas, Christian McCaffrey, and Patrick Mahomes are all 5 members of the 99 Club, the initial ratings. I feel like, that 5 right there represented how, the shape of the NFL was. And, McCaffrey obviously was, MVP candidate. Michael Thomas, Offensive Player of the Year. Mahomes, Super Bowl MVP last year. Best quarterback in the league. Aaron Donald, one of the best D linemen in the league. And Stephon Gilmore won the Defensive Player of the Year award last year. So, the 99 Club, that's good. They got that right. But, it's the other ratings is what I'm going to get into. So, the first glaring mistake that they made, to me, one of the most glaring things, is having Gronkowski at a 95. They got Rob Gronkowski at a 95 overall and the best player on Tampa Bay's roster. Probably. And he didn't play football last year. And also, he didn't have a great 2018 season. But he's a 95 in Madden 21. A 95. Think about that. He's better than the MVP of last year, Lamar Jackson, at a 94. What are we doing? Like, that's crazy to me that Gronk, coming off a year of retirement, is at a 95 overall. And it's not even the worst sin that they made in that tight end ratings. To me. They gave Ertz a 90. They gave Zach Ertz a 90 overall. Which is good. I'm not saying Zach Ertz doesn't, but he should have been a 92, 93. That's what I'm saying. Zach Ertz is that good at the tight end position to be worthy of a 92, 93. Gronk is no way 5 overall points better than Ertz. He's no way 5 overall points better than Zach Ertz right now. Are you kidding me? I'm just getting started. Gronk, I understand Gronk was a great tight end. When he was playing, he's a good tight end. But at 95, oh, come on now. 95, when he hasn't played in a year, and he wasn't that great in 2018, when he last played, he should have been 90. Whatever. That's fine. I digress on that. It's all good. But some other ratings also, this is where I want to get into. They robbed the Steelers. Steelers fans are upset right now, and I don't blame them. Minka Fitzpatrick was one of the best safeties in football last year, and he's only 87. In 87, let me repeat that. In 87, Minka Fitzpatrick is only an 87 in Madden 21 at launch. Oh, it's even worse for Steelers fans. T.J. Watt, whose brother is J.J. Watt, they got his rating right. Why can't they get T.J.'s rating right? Because T.J.'s an 86, and he had a great season last year. A lot of sacks, great plays, and 86 overall. And that's because the left outside linebacker positions, they need to fix those positions and make it edge rushers and normal linebackers, because they rob edge rushers every year. They can't get it right with their ratings every year, because T.J. Watt's an edge rusher, Bob Miller's an edge rusher, not a pure left outside linebacker. They can't get their ratings right every year. They get maybe there's the positional ratings that will make them a great pass rusher, right? But the overalls don't represent that, because they have the zone coverage stats and all that. Bro, just make it a position in the game, like edge rush, set of edge. You have your right end, your left end, and then your edge rushers in a 3-4. They don't get that at EA, and I feel like that's what's the problem with T.J. Watt's rating, and then a couple other like Shaq Barrett's rating, who had 19.5 sacks last year, 19.5 sacks, and he's an 84 overall. Okay, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but it's crazy. It is crazy that the ratings are messed up for edge rushers once again. But that's not even one of the worst egregious for me. That's not even one of the worst. For my friend Chuck Norris, it is an egregious error, and he's a huge Steelers fan. Shout out to Chuck, by the way. I feel bad for him and all Steelers fans that they can't get their 2-star defensive players' ratings right. I can't, man. I can't. With that being said, though, they have Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott at the same overall. Which I can get that. I can get that as we're going to create the Wentz-Dak debate, right? But Wentz settled the debate last year. He won the last 4 games to win the division, including Week 16 against Dak Prescott. In that game, Dak Prescott had to throw to win the game. And he couldn't make the throw. And he also couldn't make the throw to Tavon Austin before the throw that got broken up by Sidney Jones. And also, Dak Prescott's numbers are against weaker teams. Granted, Carson Wentz's numbers, weren't that great either. I will admit, and weren't against great competition either, because the NFC East last year sucked. It did. And I'm an Eagles fan, and I will say that the NFC East was trash last year. It was trash. Hopefully, it's a better year this year for the NFC East. It should be. We're just still waiting on the Washington Redskins name change. Or the Washington franchise's name change. They got a good defensive line. The Giants should be a little bit better. But it's still a 2-head race between the Dallas Cowboys and Philadelphia Eagles this year. Hopefully both teams are good. Hopefully. That means you, Dallas. Hopefully. But I digress. But the way that ESPN manipulated the system, or Madden manipulated the system, was they put Dak above Wentz on the list. Are you kidding me? You put Dak above Wentz? So you put Dak at 9 and Wentz at 10 at the same overall? When Wentz won the division last year? Won the division last year. He won the division. He played all 16 games. He got hurt. Unfortunately, got cheap shotted by Jadeveon Clowney in the playoffs. Oh, let me say that again. He made the playoffs. Oh, I'm not done with quarterbacks yet. That was just my gripe. My personal gripe with having Dak above Wentz, right? But they're at the same overall. Okay, whatever. That's fine. That's fine, EA. But you messed up big. When you have Aaron Rodgers at an 89, that's bad. Aaron Rodgers is better than an 89. That's terrible. You have Deshaun at 86. I feel like Deshaun is around that there, but I think he should be an 87. Matt Ryan should be the 86. But I don't know why you got him at 87. What? I don't get that, man. Matt Ryan's a good quarterback. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback. If you're a top 10 quarterback in Madden, you're a top 10 well, one of the you could be considered a top 10 quarterback in this league. And Matt Ryan is. But at 87 overall for Matt Ryan when he hasn't really done anything in a couple years? Like, the Falcons did have a resurgence at the end of the year, but still, they haven't done anything since the 28-3 collapse in Super Bowl 51. They haven't done anything. But they give Matt Ryan whatever. That's fine and dandy. I want to get to my main gripe. That stuff wasn't even my main gripe yet, but I also want to touch on something too. Something else too. With a certain cornerback that should have a little higher overall, higher speed, that just got acquired by my team. Darius Slay should have a little higher speed and a little higher overall. But, yeah, I digress. He's still a top 10 corner, so I can't complain too much about that. That's fine and dandy. But here comes my main gripe. My main gripe. The running back position. It's with the running back position. Okay, so you have Josh Jacobs, who is a great rookie last year, great runner of the football, and an 88 overall. I don't think he's an 88 overall yet, but I digress. You give him the 88 overall. Good for you. That's fine. That's fine and dandy. But I have another rookie running back last year that had similar numbers to him, and he was also nominated for Rookie of the Year, and he was only, like him and Saquon are in a category of their own, with 800 rushing yards and 500 receiving yards in their rookie year. And then also, you give the Redskins running back Darius Geis a higher rating than Miles Sanders. That's the rookie running back I was talking about for Philly. Miles Sanders, an 80 overall. When you give Jacobs an 88, and Darius Geis, who's been injured most of his career, injured on the sidelines, in the medical tent, on the bench, hurt, like a real injury case. An 81 rating off what? His college tape? His college tape. That's basically what you're telling me. His college tape is what you base the ratings on, because he hasn't done much in the NFL. Hasn't done much in the NFL. And you had a kid last year that went off in the second half of the season when Jordan Howard got hurt. He went off. He was part of the reasons we won the division last year. He was part of it. Like, you give him an 80 overall. Excuse me. You give him an 80 overall rating. You should have given him an 85 if you give Jacobs an 88. That's what you should have done. But no. Swami says, oh, he's not a decisive runner enough. Oh, I don't think he's a great runner. Oh, yeah, he's not decisive enough as a runner, as an elusive. What film did you watch? What film did you watch? Is it the same film I've seen of Miles Sanders? A guy that finds the hole? Look at the Redskins' 3rd and 11 play. The draw play. For a whole lot of yards. On 3rd and 11 last year. A huge conversion in that game late. The 3rd and 11 play by Miles Sanders. Oh, I have another play for you that he made. The 65-yard touchdown against Buffalo. That was him not being decisive? Oh, no, he found this hole, and he got it for a 65-yard touchdown in that game. Oh, I have another one for you. 3rd and 2, 40 seconds left to seal the game against Dallas to essentially win the division. Did you not see the patience he had to find the hole and got the first down? Did you not see that patience? But he's an 80 overall. Man, get the out of here, man. What are you talking about? 80. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember what other place I saw. Other place that I can rattle off in my head with Miles Sanders last year. What other place? Where it was great highlights by him. Great decisive runs by him. Let's see. A lot of his receiving was great. The kickoff return against Green Bay to help spark the comeback in that game in week 4. That was him being decisive. Okay, maybe the one play where I could see, like, oh, he wasn't decisive enough, he could have scored on, was the one in overtime against the Giants. Because he bumped into someone, I can't remember who it was. He bumped into his blocker when he could have gone outside. He could have gone outside and got the touchdown. He could have bounced it. But still, he found the hole. And I heard Swami's explanation was Philly was a great O-line last year. And that's why his holes were big. You still gotta find a hole. You still gotta find the hole, man. You gotta find the hole as a running back. The best running backs know how to find a hole when the O-line creates said hole. Am I right or am I wrong? And Oakland had a great line too. And you give him an 88. You give Jacobs an 88. I get he was a more decisive runner. I get he scored more touchdowns on the ground. But come on. Like, it's not close. And you have the fact that you put Darius Geis over Miles Sanders. It is not even the worst thing about the Redskins' running back ratings. AP has done a lot for the Redskins the last couple of years. And you put Darius Geis, who hasn't played in the last couple of years since he's been drafted, in an 81, and you put AP in a 78. It don't make sense. It doesn't make dollars either. And I don't think the ratings, if either you don't have a great gameplay, I don't know. Maybe the ratings this year might hurt their sales. It won't, but it might. I'm just thinking it might. We always get. My summary is, for the Madden ratings. I get they'll be adjusted throughout the year. But if we don't have football this year, just think about it. If we don't have football this year, what if we don't have football because of COVID-19? At all. Think about that. What if we don't have football at all? These are the ratings that are going to stay all year. All year. All year long. Now, granted, we will probably have football because the players want to play and the NFL wants the games to be played. But what if we don't? What if the pandemic gets worse? And worse? And worse? And the NFL's not going to do a bubble? What if it gets worse? Think about that. The fact that these ratings are this bad, below the 99 Club, it's... And that's the thing, too. There's more bad things I didn't even talk about in this podcast. But those are the things that stuck out to me. As a fan of the game, just everything that EA does gets our anticipation up for the game, right? If I'm a Steelers fan, why would I be excited to buy the game? You robbed us. You robbed us. Anything that would have been interesting about the Steelers robbed us. Because the defense is somehow worse than the offense. And the defense won them games last year. That's the point I'm making. Granted, they did lose Devon Hargrave to Philadelphia. But that doesn't make that much of a difference to a defense. That was like tops in the league last year. In a lot of statistical categories. Like, that's the thing that I don't get about these ratings. It's just they don't get them right. They don't. Like, in the grand scheme of things, they don't add up. With that being said, I'll have something special for y'all next week. You'll see it when it happens. That's all I'm going to say about it. It's going to be a great surprise. I hope you enjoyed the episode as always. Let me know down below what you thought about the Madden ratings. I want to spark, a serious, engagement on this one. Because Madden is the only football game we have right now. Unless they somehow make a NCAA football game. Which I actually now want. Because the Madden has been redundant. And I feel like it's going to be redundant again this year. But, let me know what you think about the Madden ratings. And also, give me your World Series champion and your NBA Finals champion down below. With that being said, I'm your host, Brandon Ellis. And I'll see y'all next week. Peace.